Welcome. You are listening to the audiobook titled Life as Wealth by the author Anton Alekseevich Savin. This book explores how your thoughts and decisions can transform your life for the better, revealing the secrets of wealth and harmony. Make yourself comfortable and immerse yourself in an incredible journey of self-discovery and wisdom. Chapter 1. How to Train Your Brain. What makes a person human? There are many answers to this question, but one of the most common and accurate is that humans possess a high level of self-awareness, the ability to think, and a brain that surpasses in complexity that of any other known living creature. Over thousands of years of evolution, the human mind and brain have undergone significant changes, all based on the capacity for development. This ability to grow is what has enabled humanity to reach a qualitatively new level of thinking. However, it's clear that neither humanity as a whole nor individuals have reached the peak of their potential. This means that the brain continues to develop. What's even more interesting is that we can influence this development ourselves. In fact, it is our responsibility to do so because our brain's level of development determines our life achievements, work efficiency, learning success, acquisition of new skills, and relationships with others. Just as we can train our bodies with physical exercises, we need to train our brains by engaging them in various intellectual tasks, even the simplest ones, while gradually increasing the difficulty. Here's a set of exercises to effectively train your brain. 1. Exercise for quick concentration. Sit comfortably on a chair with your back straight and your gaze forward. Breathe evenly and freely. Try to simply and non-judgmentally observe everything you see. After 1 to 2 minutes, shift your attention inward. Mentally scan your body from head to toe, noticing physical sensations like the touch of clothing, a belt pressing on your waist, or tingling. This exercise helps clear your mind of unnecessary thoughts. Repeat if needed for greater mental clarity. 2. Write 20 words quickly. Write 20 random words as fast as you can, then rewrite them backward with your non-dominant hand. For example, person becomes nose rep. 3. Stream of thoughts. Write down every thought running through your mind until the flow stops. This clears mental clutter. 4. Visualization exercise. Close your eyes and imagine a blank white sheet or background. Mentally write your name on it. Visualize the letters changing color, green, then blue, then red. You can also change the background color. The brighter and more vivid the colors, the more effective the exercise. 5. Brain coordination drill. Raise both hands. With one hand, draw a square in the air. With the other, draw a triangle. Switch hands and repeat. For more challenge, try creating different shapes. 6. Mental imagery. Management. Visualize the following objects, focusing on their shape, texture, color, and size. A toothbrush, a sunset, a friend's face, a soaring eagle, a cottage on chicken legs, Earth from space, feather-like clouds. Next, imagine a talking giraffe, a choir of angels, a chocolate river, a 10-meter cockroach, an alien. Then visualize 5 things that make you happy, 5 red objects, 5 items smaller than your hand, 5 objects starting with the letter T. 7. Questions for thought. Write answers to these questions. Why do stars twinkle? Why does the brain think? Why does Earth spin? Would you rather be a nervous genius or a happy fool? Why are you you? If you could give a child only one piece of advice for life, what would it be? 8. Recalling childhood interests. List 3 things you were truly passionate about as a child. This might guide you toward your true aspirations in life. 9. Your ideal environment. Imagine the world changes overnight to meet your preferences. In the morning, it's filled with the people you desire. Answer these questions. Who are these people? What qualities do they have? Are they creative or technical? Do they work quickly or at a slower pace? What does this reveal about you? What do you need to fully express yourself? 10. Attention training. Bring your palms together, leaving a 1 centimeter gap between them. Focus on the warmth or sensation that arises between them, blocking out all thoughts. 11th. Complex brain exercise. Sit on a chair and cross one leg over the other. With the top leg, draw circles clockwise in the air. At the same time, use your right hand to draw circles counterclockwise. Maintain the movement simultaneously. 12th mirror drawing. On a blank sheet of paper, use both hands to draw mirror symmetrical letters simultaneously. This activates both brain hemispheres, improving overall cognitive efficiency. Relax your hands and eyes while doing this. Chapter 2. In Search of Truth. The mistake humanity has made for centuries lies in searching for strength externally rather than internally. You should not pressure others to act the way you think is right. Each person has the right to make their own choices. Ignoring this principle leads to actions rooted in brute force, which contradicts the law of attraction. Everything in nature follows its natural course as the foundation of its laws rests on the same principle of attraction. Difficulties, obstacles, and other dissonances indicate that we either refuse to let go of what we no longer need or reject what we truly require. Growth, in turn, is impossible without exchanging the old for the new, the good for the better. Such development always involves interaction because each of us is a perfect thinking being. It is through this perfection and the absolute fullness of our existence that we achieve completeness only when we give. We cannot receive what we need if we stubbornly cling to the old. Often, the power of our minds is constrained by paralyzing ideas rooted in primitive human thinking and uncritically accepted by the majority. Every day, we are bombarded with emotions of fear, anxiety, helplessness, and a sense of inferiority. This is one of the reasons why so many people achieve so little in life, even though each of us has incredible potential. Simply becoming aware of this potential and nurturing healthy ambition can lead to truly astounding results. At the same time, it seems that some people effortlessly attract power, success, wealth, and other blessings. For others, it comes with some difficulty, and some fail altogether. What's the secret? Why do some people achieve their ambitious goals with ease while others struggle or end up empty-handed? It's evident that the cause lies not in the physical realm. Otherwise, the most physically attractive individuals would also be the most successful. The reason must be mental. It turns out that the mind is the creative force that shapes the differences between people. It is also the same force that can help us overcome any obstacles. Only by realizing the creative power of our thinking can we achieve truly remarkable results. However, achieving success requires diligence and the ability to concentrate. The laws governing the mental and spiritual realms are as clear and unchanging as those of the material world. To achieve the desired results, we must act in harmony with these laws. Otherwise, success cannot be expected. Scientists claim that we are surrounded by a universal ether, a substance that takes form based on our thoughts and words. Thinking is the tool we use to influence this ether. This means that everything we encounter in our objective reality is a direct result of our thoughts and words. The human mind is not accustomed to dealing with abstractions. We have delved so deeply into physical reality, so absorbed in the pursuit of material wealth, that we have almost lost sight of the spiritual. Yet the spirit is the only true reality in the universe. To achieve incredible success, it's essential to assess the baggage that weighs you down. But here's the good news. The tiresome routine and negative mindset can be left behind today. Make a leap towards success by letting go of the following. 1. Doubts. Negative thinking unconsciously hinders your progress. Your path to success begins when your mind believes that this is the direction you truly want to follow. If you think otherwise, you will never become successful. 2. Impulsive decisions made under emotional influence. When successful people find themselves in situations that provoke anger, frustration, sadness, or any strong emotions, they refrain from making important decisions. Practicing patience and postponing decisions until you regain self-control can play a crucial role in achieving success. 3. Dependence on approval. No one can protect or support you the way you'd like. You must become your own best support system and believe in your success. This means creating opportunities yourself when none seem to exist. 4. Obsession with control. The limits of our attention and willpower are finite. If you try to control every aspect of your life, as many motivated people do, you won't have enough energy for what truly matters. This doesn't excuse careless work, but you should focus your efforts only on things you can control. For example, when stepping out of your comfort zone to learn new skills, accept that you will make mistakes. Flexibility in unfavorable conditions is what helps people change their lives. 5. Pleasing others. We live in a kind of jungle. People demand attention, strive to outdo others, and manipulate the rules to their advantage. No one will pamper you. Through hard work, you must prove your worth instead of expecting others to believe in or praise you. Stop doing things solely for others' recognition. Ultimately, you're doing it for yourself. 6. Blaming others. If something doesn't work out, don't complain or look for someone to blame. It's a waste of time. Have the courage to take responsibility for your actions and decisions. This teaches humility and provides invaluable experience that will be useful in reaching your goals. 7. Negative environment. You've probably heard this before, and scientific research confirms that a person's environment significantly impacts their success. The problem is that we can't always choose who we interact with daily. However, recognizing toxic individuals and ignoring their negativity is crucial for cultivating a healthy worldview. 8. Giving up. The most successful people don't know the word no. Instead, they find ways to turn rejection into victory. Remember, failures often lead to success. Be persistent and determined enough to get up and try again. Each attempt brings valuable experience. Chapter 3. Truths many people don't want to accept. There are topics that people rarely discuss openly. It's always easier to talk about the weather, work, sports, politics, or celebrities than to confront your fear of death, even though everyone fears it. Unfortunately, the more time you spend pretending these unspoken truths don't exist, the more time you'll waste not being your authentic self and not making the most of every moment. Sometimes, to truly appreciate the light and rediscover the joy of life, you must weather the storm. It's frightening, but the brightness of the sunlight afterward makes it all worthwhile. Here are the truths that everyone needs to read and reflect on. 1. Sooner or later, you will die, and you don't know where, how, or when. Accepting and acknowledging your mortality will help you start putting your life in order, so you don't waste precious time on trivial matters. 2. Everyone you love and care about will also die, and you don't know where, how, or when. This truth may initially sadden you, but it also offers the opportunity to reconcile past arguments and disagreements and to rebuild meaningful relationships with the people who truly matter in your life. 3. No matter how much money you have, it won't make you a better or happier person. Even if you're fortunate enough to earn all the money you've ever dreamed of, Wealth can only amplify and enhance what you already possess. 4. Your obsession with seeking happiness may prevent you from achieving it. Happiness is already present in your life. You just need to find a way to connect with it. 5. Donating your time is more impactful than donating money. Giving your time changes both your perspective and the world of the person you're helping. It creates lasting memories that stay with you for the rest of your life. 6. You can't make everyone happy, and if you try, you'll lose yourself. Stop trying to please everyone and start respecting your own values, principles, and independence. 7. There are no perfect people, and you're no exception. Striving to meet unrealistic standards only increases your suffering. Most perfectionists are deeply unhappy, with an inner critic so harsh that it fills them with anger and self-loathing. Trust your intuition and challenge your own unrealistic expectations. 8. Your actions speak louder than your words. Think carefully about your actions, and strive to bring positivity and love into the world. 9. Your achievements and successes will mean little on your deathbed. When your time comes, you're unlikely to think about that raise you once negotiated. Instead, your thoughts will turn to the people who were close to you and to whom you were dear. 10. Time is the most valuable thing in your life, so stop wasting it on the past or the future. You can't change the past or predict the future. Dwelling on these will only distract you from what truly matters, the present moment. 11. No one cares how hard your life is. You're the author of your own story. Stop seeking sympathy from others and start creating a life story you'd be proud to read. 12. Your words matter more than your thoughts, so use them to inspire. Words have the power to suppress, hurt, and shame, but they can also liberate and inspire. Use them wisely. 13. Investing time, money, and effort into yourself is not selfish. It's essential. Remember the instructions on an airplane. Put on your own oxygen mask first, before helping others. 14. It's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters. Learn to respond in ways that lead to better emotional and psychological outcomes. 15. Pleasure is fleeting. Don't settle for empty, temporary distractions when you can spend your time on something more meaningful and derive greater fulfillment. 16. Ambitions mean nothing without action. If you want to realize your ideas and achieve your goals, you need to take action instead of endlessly talking or dreaming about them. 17. Time is your most valuable resource, so use it wisely. Only you decide how to spend the time you've been given, and only you are accountable for it. Make your decisions consciously. Chapter 4. How to teach your brain not to worry about trivial things. Our brain is designed to react to everything happening around us very quickly. In other words, most reactions occur almost without our conscious involvement. Just a brief thought is enough. This natural mechanism is incredibly useful in most cases. However, it's not always helpful. When the brain's reaction is fear or anxiety, it can make life significantly more difficult. Worrying itself isn't a deadly disease or a universal catastrophe. It's normal to feel worried from time to time. Moreover, life itself ensures we don't get bored, constantly giving us reasons for concern. But if you notice that worry has taken over your life and dominates situations that don't warrant such reactions, it's a problem. You start worrying about almost everything. Even something as simple as having dinner with old friends can make you nervous. When anxiety occupies all your thoughts and begins to affect your life and relationships, it's a red flag. It's time to reset your brain. There are simple yet effective techniques that can help you eliminate unnecessary worries. These methods will enable you to see and analyze situations clearly, allowing you to calmly determine the best way forward. Develop a habit of meditation or positive thinking. Taking time each day to meditate or focus on something positive can work wonders in calming your mind. The benefit of physical exercise. One of the best ways to free your brain from anxiety is to occupy your body with physical activity. Exercise has a profoundly positive effect on the human mind, and one of its remarkable benefits is its ability to reduce stress. Physical activity helps break the cycle of the fight-or-flight response. Often, our body reacts to situations before our brain even has time to process them. If your body is free from tension and anxiety, your brain interprets this signal as everything is under control, there's nothing to worry about. Even a 5 to 10-minute walk can be enough. This small amount of activity can calm you down and signal to your brain that everything will be fine. Accept your anxiety. Sometimes, anxiety overwhelms us like a suffocating wave, and we even start worrying about how much we worry. This creates a vicious cycle where neither the body nor the brain can break free. If you're naturally a person who tends to worry or is highly sensitive, you have no choice but to learn to accept your anxiety. Embrace the situation and your worries as they are. Life is like that. There's no escaping it. What's the secret? The moment you accept your anxiety, you stop fixating on it and worrying even more. You'll be able to move forward with your accepted anxiety. It won't prevent you from making decisions and taking action. Recognize that some situations may stress or scare you, but once you accept them, along with your anxiety, you'll be able to let go of it. Sometimes the best thing you can do is tell yourself that worrying is normal. This way, you'll remain calmer when faced with real challenges and problems. Transfer your worries to paper. At first glance, it may seem silly to write down all your worries or keep a list of them in a visible place. However, think of this as a way to offload unnecessary and harmful thoughts from your mind. When you describe your concerns about a particular situation, it's like you're transferring them from your brain onto the paper. You free yourself from them. If you don't yet have the habit of keeping a daily journal, start with this method. You'll feel immediate relief. Give yourself a break. It's impossible to be perfect all the time. Unfortunately, most of us strive for this ideal every single day. While we intellectually understand that failures happen from time to time, some people find it much harder to accept this fact. We're constantly bombarded with advice to do something new and useful daily, whether it's for our health, relationships, or career success. When we fail to meet these expectations even for a day or two, we start thinking something is wrong with our lives. The key to solving this issue is to slow down. Your goal should be to live your best life, not a perfect life. Why? Because perfect lives don't exist, just as perfect people don't. Use this mindset in every aspect of your life, whether it's health, relationships, or your career. When we free ourselves from society's expectations, constantly imposed on us, our nervousness diminishes. We stop worrying about not achieving something because we realize we can be happy without it. Become free. No one argues that completely eliminating anxious thoughts is unrealistic. However, learning to approach stressful situations more mindfully is achievable for everyone. The problem lies in learning to control your anxiety. Otherwise, it will control you, slowly destroying your health, career, relationships, and everything else. You're unlikely to rid yourself of all anxious thoughts overnight. It's a long process that requires effort and self-work. But the reward is a fulfilling life, free from fear and unnecessary worry. Chapter 5. Is it easy to be human? For many, this question might seem illogical. Perhaps it would be better phrased as, why is life so hard? Or, how can life be made easier? But here, we'll explore the question, is it easy to be human? According to widely known statistics, only 5% of people who focus on their personal development feel that being human is effortless and purposeful. These individuals can be found across different social and economic groups, with varying levels of material wealth. What about the rest? The overwhelming majority of people are consumed by daily chaos and routine. They rarely have the opportunity to pause and think about why they live or what mission they are meant to fulfill as humans. Do we even need to ponder such questions? Wouldn't it be easier to just go with the flow and avoid such deep thoughts? After all, it seems less complicated. However, by answering the question, why live, a person can gain a clearer sense of direction for their journey through life. Can one truly understand why they live? It's a peculiar question. Why live? Why does it arise in our minds? Who even needs to know why we exist? From a purely physiological perspective, there doesn't seem to be a reason for such thoughts. We live, that's it. And yet, the question, why do I live, stubbornly enters our minds from time to time. Ignoring it would be, at the very least, irresponsible. For some, this question becomes a burden that leads to apathy, depression, or even suicidal thoughts. For these individuals, finding an answer to the question of life's purpose is crucial. Otherwise, they may not wish to continue living. Being human is fascinating. One can live a life filled with joy and pleasure, staying youthful and energetic for longer. Is it easy to comprehend and accept why humans live? How can one experience genuine satisfaction from each day? Many would argue that it's impossible, given the countless problems and challenges surrounding us, from personal struggles at home or work to global disasters happening in the world. Why do people start questioning the purpose of life? Often it stems from a mismatch between reality and desires, a lack of positive emotions, work or relationship problems, societal rejection, or the opinions and criticisms of others. Why live if reality offers no joy? A common cause of depression is the noticeable gap between what we want and what we can achieve. The world is so diverse that everyone can find their place in it, regardless of education, talents, preferences, skills, or financial status. Is it easy to be human and live in discomfort? Why live in a way that doesn't bring happiness? Every person wants to control their reality, to be the master of their own life, and to turn their dreams into reality. You might say this is impossible, and you'd be right if that's what you believe. Alternatively, you might declare that you are the master of your own life, and this belief will shape your reality. Both conclusions are valid, depending on your perspective. The problem is that we often avoid working on ourselves. Sometimes it's hard, unpleasant, and even painful. It's much easier to blame the world and those around us. But only through self-improvement can we fully grasp and embrace the great mission of being human. Each person's reality is shaped by their beliefs, thoughts, emotions, fears, and subconscious patterns. Only by transforming these elements and eliminating internal hooks or unhealthy traits can one transition into a space of ease and meaningful living, and find answers to the question, why live? It's impossible to go back in time and change the past to achieve the life you desire. However, it is entirely possible to start living differently now, creating a better future for yourself and crafting a life filled with happiness and well-being. Controlling your reality means controlling your life. This includes managing your attention, mental state, health, communication, thoughts, goals, and the time and energy you invest in your desires. It means turning your goals into reality without wasting precious time. If you already have the tools to start transforming your reality, I sincerely wish you success in this challenging yet rewarding journey. If you feel uncertain or face difficulties, we invite you to explore the Reality Management course, where you can learn technologies for successful personal growth. Let's strive to live in a way that each day brings joy, satisfaction, and the realization of all the good and meaningful things life has to offer. Chapter 6. Can you control your reality? The quantum universe is an unmanifested field of potential probabilities, waiting for its observer to influence it. Through the power of the mind, the observer affects unmanifested matter, transforming waves of energy information probabilities into physical matter by lowering their frequency characteristics. As a result, groups of elementary particles gain physical existence in the form of life events and objects. Another fascinating aspect of the quantum universe is the simultaneous existence of past, present, and future probabilities. This means that the mind's energy can influence any of these probabilities from any point in time, because the concept of time exists only in our subjective perception of reality. Laboratory experiments on the effect of human intention on DNA molecules have revealed a critical pattern. The quantum field does not respond to our pure desires. It does not react to our emotions unless they are connected to a specific thought. The quantum field responds only when our thoughts and emotions are aligned, sending a coherent signal. This alignment of thoughts and emotions creates what is known as a state of being. In essence, our thoughts and feelings generate a state of being with an energetic frequency. Similarly, every aspect of unmanifested reality, such as wealth, happiness, or health, also has its own specific frequency. By tuning our personal energy to the desired frequency, we create resonance in the unmanifested field, resulting in the materialization of corresponding events and phenomena. The power of thoughts and emotions. Our thoughts are the brain's language, while our feelings and emotions are the body's language. To achieve desired results, these two must work in harmony. Frequent, repetitive thoughts and emotions create habitual behavior patterns, which, in turn, lead to recurring events in our lives. To change our reality, we must change our habitual reactions to events. This means altering our thoughts and feelings, embracing new ways of thinking and feeling. Without this transformation, positive change remains a mere dream. If we, as living, thinking beings, are the creators of our material universe, acting as conduits for universal intelligence, which creates the world through our thoughts and emotions, it stands to reason that reality constantly evolves in line with our perceptions of it. For example, ancient organisms might not have had cellular structures until early scientists theorized the existence of cells and invented the microscope to observe them. Conversely, supernatural forces and the afterlife, once widely believed in, gradually disappeared from reality as collective belief in them waned. While this may sound fantastical, it becomes less so in light of the quantum nature of our consciousness. The challenge of imagination. Our ability to think in images sets us apart from primitive animals, but it also presents challenges. The human body does not differentiate between real-life events and imagined ones. For instance, when a grazing deer senses a predator, it releases adrenaline, escapes the threat, and then quickly returns to a state of calm. Humans, however, can replay stressful events in their minds repeatedly, causing the body to release the same stress hormones as if the event were happening in real time. Without a way to neutralize these stress hormones, they have a destructive, exhausting effect on the body. Worse, repetitive negative thought patterns create automatic reactions to similar situations, reinforcing a cycle of stress and fear. Breaking free from the cycle. Many people dwell on past negatives and project future fears, causing their bodies to react as if these imagined scenarios are real. This leads to a self-perpetuating cycle of negative thoughts and emotions, which form a feedback loop, shaping a reality filled with stress and unhappiness. But why do negative thoughts and emotions dominate? The answer lies in two powerful instincts hardwired into us: the survival instinct and the fear of death. These instincts cause us to perceive many life events as threats, even when they pose no real danger. Modern media, often driven by external agendas, further amplifies this fear-based worldview. This creates a reality far removed from our desired one. Unfortunately, most people remain unaware of this problem. By the age of 30 to 35, 95% of a person's reactions have become unconscious, driven by ingrained patterns of thought and behavior. Without awareness, breaking free from these patterns is nearly impossible. The role of stress in modern life. Prolonged stress depletes the body's energy reserves, redirecting resources away from essential systems like digestion and immunity to fuel a fight-or-flight response. Over time, this weakens the immune system and accelerates physical decline. Additionally, chronic stress leads to emotional dependency on the chemicals released during negative emotional states, creating a form of addiction to stress itself. Focusing on negative expectations inevitably materializes a corresponding reality. Unfortunately, popular approaches like positive thinking or affirmations often fail because they don't address the root causes of negative thought patterns. The path to change. To break free from this cycle, we must focus on inner transformation rather than external distractions. Practices such as mindfulness, emotional awareness, and self-reflection can help identify the triggers of negative reactions. By addressing these triggers, we can redirect the energy once consumed by negativity toward personal growth and happiness. Relaxation techniques, visualization, and consistent effort to create positive emotional responses can gradually rewire the brain. Over time, this leads to the formation of new neural pathways, fostering a state of being aligned with higher frequencies of joy and fulfillment. The paradox of fulfillment. Ironically, the moment we stop needing external achievements to feel happy, those achievements come to us effortlessly. In a state of lack, we perpetuate lack. But in a state of joy, we attract joy. Final thoughts. Managing your reality begins with managing your thoughts, emotions, and energy. By tuning into higher frequencies and breaking free from automatic negative patterns, you can create a reality that aligns with your true desires. The first step is believing in your power to shape your reality. Once you embrace this belief, the techniques and practices will naturally fall into place. Chapter 7. Thoughts that poison your life. Our mind has incredible power. Don't let it shape your future under the influence of negativity. Often, negative thinking happens automatically. We don't even realize how successfully we poison our own lives with it. Our brain operates on autopilot, repeating the same mental patterns over and over again. Many people believe they have no control over these thoughts, but that's not true. In reality, it's entirely within their power to change these patterns, or even get rid of them altogether. What are toxic thoughts? Simply put, they are thoughts that paralyze you, rob you of joy and ambition, and prevent you from living a happy, healthy life. In today's world, it's impossible to think positively 24/7. However, you can work to change at least some of your negative thoughts and develop a more optimistic outlook on life. Here are some thoughts that can poison your life, if you let them. 1. I'm not good enough. Unfortunately, many of us are quick to believe this toxic thought, allowing it to stand in the way of happiness, love, and success. Don't believe it. It's a lie. Yes, there may be things in your life that could be improved or changed, but that doesn't make you undeserving of what you seek. The world constantly tells us we need to be a certain way to achieve fame, success, love, or happiness. But the only person you need to answer to at the end of the day is yourself. The only person you need to be good enough for is you. 2. My life has no meaning. This thought can come to even the best of us, plunging us into deep depression if we dwell on it too long. If you feel like your life lacks purpose, look at your hobbies and passions. Could one of them help you discover your calling? And remember, there might not be just one purpose in life. Perhaps there are multiple paths and opportunities waiting for you. Don't limit yourself by searching for a single, ultimate calling. You're here, alive, and you owe it to yourself to make the most of what life offers. Do what makes you feel truly alive and happy, and don't worry too much about what others might think. 3. I'm useless. The modern world places immense pressure on us, and we often take on so much responsibility that we can barely move forward under its weight. When things don't go as planned, we might start thinking we're incapable of anything. In those moments, remember, no one is perfect. Every single one of us is a potential masterpiece, a work in progress. So stop being overly critical of yourself, celebrate your achievements, and view your mistakes as opportunities to grow. 4. Life is too hard. Millions, if not billions, of people have felt at some point that life is unbearably difficult. But life is largely about solving problems and overcoming challenges. Life becomes hard only when you believe you have no way out of your circumstances. Make your life what you want it to be. Learn from every problem, analyze why it arose, and use these lessons to maintain a clear mind in this complex world. 5. I won't be happy until... Life is too short to lock your happiness away behind arbitrary conditions. For example, if you tell yourself, I won't be happy until I move to a new city, what happens in the meantime? Would you live in sadness and despair until that moment arrives? This toxic mindset can ruin your life. Learn to find the silver lining in even the darkest clouds. One day you'll look back on your life and regret not allowing yourself to be a little happier. 6. It's too late to change my life. This story has been told countless times, but it never ends well. If you want to change your life, only you can decide when and how to do it. You are the only one standing in your own way. Forget the stereotype that you're too old to change. If you have a goal or a dream, who can stop you other than yourself? 7. I'm not ready. No one is ever 100% ready for anything. Starting something new always involves taking that first step in the hope that it will work out. No one will knock on your door and declare, "You're ready now, go ahead." You have to rely on yourself. Believing that you're not ready will only hold you back. Try believing the opposite and see what happens. 8. I don't have time for this. The truth is, no one has unlimited free time. But even in the busiest schedules, we can find a moment to do what truly matters to us. If you have a dream, remember that it won't be achieved overnight. It will take time and effort. Many people give up on their dreams because the path seems too long or challenging. But if you really want something, you can set aside a little time each day to work toward it. 9. I don't belong here. If you feel like an alien stranded on a strange planet, don't worry. You're not alone. We all feel this way from time to time. If you're unsure about what truly matters to you, look inward and try to discover it. Experiment with different activities. One of them might turn out to be exactly what you've been searching for. 10. I'm not good at anything. This is another toxic phrase many people tell themselves. If you feel like you're not good at anything, take a moment to list the things you enjoy doing. Focus on those activities and keep improving until you master one of them. And remember, don't compare yourself to others. The only person you should strive to surpass is yourself. 11th. No one loves me. The desire to be accepted by a group or society is natural. But remember, before anyone else can accept you, you need to accept yourself. External approval is nice, but you don't need it. What you do need is your own approval. Without it, no one else's will matter. Stop chasing people. The right ones will come into your life and love you for who you are when you follow your heart. 12th. I'm a failure. Having failures, even frequent ones, doesn't make you a failure. If someone thinks you are, that's their subjective reality, shaped by their own ideals, which have no relevance to your life. However, there is one person whose opinion matters, the one you see in the mirror. 13. The future is bleak and terrifying. What we can't predict often feels scary and uncertain, but we can't allow ourselves to live in the future. We must live in the present, here and now, even if the future seems unclear and frightening. 14. My goals are unattainable. Your dreams only become impossible if you firmly believe they are. Remember, your mind has extraordinary power. Don't let it dictate your future based on negative thoughts. Yes, your goal may seem far away, but you can reach it. To make it easier, set smaller, intermediate goals along the way. Chapter 8. Thoughts that can change your life. The way you think determines the outcome of your life, but thinking the right way is hard, which is why we don't do it often enough. 1. Think big and act small. Do you want to turn your dreams into reality? Leave behind a legacy? Buy a new car? Never let anything or anyone hold you back from realizing your ideas. All you need is one big win. But when you set your sights too low, don't expect extraordinary results. 2. Problems are questions without answers. People often panic when faced with problems. Every time you stress over difficulties, you sabotage your own life. Remember, a problem is simply a question that hasn't been answered yet. First, calm down, then start looking for the solution. 3. Build relationships on a strong foundation. Why do people stay in unhealthy relationships? Fear of loneliness, financial dependency, a need for attention, or even abuse. If a relationship isn't working despite repeated efforts to improve it, it's time to move on. Love has no opposite. If you truly love someone, you cannot simultaneously hate them. Healthy relationships are built on love, respect, trust, patience, support, and responsibility. 4. Nothing in life is free. Everything has a cost, whether it's money, time, your most valuable resource, or other efforts. In life, nothing comes for free. You'll always pay in one form or another. 5. Don't be afraid to make decisions. You might think that avoiding decisions causes no harm, but you'd be wrong. Waiting, procrastinating, doubting, and overanalyzing are all useless. Don't be afraid of making the wrong decision. If it happens, you'll find another way. 6. Productivity brings results. The only thing that can take you from zero to success is hard work. However, it's important to ensure that your work is effective. Focus on completing one task well before moving on to the next. 7. To build confidence, improve your skills. If you don't believe in yourself, no motivational speaker, book, or pep talk will help. Confidence comes from improving yourself in some area. As you get better, your confidence will grow every day. 8. Don't believe everything you see or hear. The success stories you encounter are often just a small fraction of the truth. Create your own path to a successful and happy life. Don't copy others. 9. Happiness is a choice. You control your thoughts, which means you decide what to do with your life. If you feel dissatisfied, angry, or disappointed, the problem lies within you. Many mistakenly believe, "I'll never be happy without wealth, a luxurious home, or a fancy car." You can be content with your current life. All it takes is reason and perspective, and as your life changes, you can remain happy. 10. Do more hard things. When you accomplish something difficult, no matter what it is, you'll feel a deep sense of satisfaction. Instead of consuming endless amounts of unnecessary products, information, or entertainment, invest your time in achieving your goals and solving your own problems. Erich Fromm once wrote, "The main task of a person's life is to give birth to oneself, to become what one potentially is. The most important product of their effort is their own personality." Chapter 9. What Not to Waste Your Time On. Here's a list of things I've personally decided are not worth wasting time on. Your list might differ slightly, but I don't think it'll be too different. Here's what you should never spend your time on. 1. Neglecting time with loved ones. Don't let distractions take you away from magical moments spent with your family and those truly close to you. Spend more time with them because one day, you might not have the chance to do so. 2. Constant busyness. Plan your time so you can reserve moments for pleasant experiences, reflection, and emotions. Don't lie to yourself. You're not so busy that you can't carve out even a few minutes of peace and quiet. 3. Negative thoughts about your current situation. Focus on the positives and talk more about the good things in your life than the challenges. Difficult times don't mean you're failing. True success comes with effort and is often paved with highs and lows. 4. Tragic events beyond your control. Be wise enough to ignore situations filled with pointless negativity and unnecessary worries. Channel your energy into something positive, and soon the negativity will fade into the background. 5. Wanting what you don't have. You won't always get exactly what you want, but remember, there are countless people who may never have what you already do. What you take for granted might be someone else's biggest dream. Happiness flees from those who fail to appreciate what they already have. 6. Comparing yourself to others. Comparisons steal and destroy happiness. You could spend your whole life worrying about being less than others, but it won't lead to anything good. 7. Dwelling on who you used to be or what you had in the past. You're no longer the person you were a year, a month, or even a week ago. Life moves forward, and you're constantly gaining new experiences. 8. Regrets over past mistakes. Mistakes are a normal part of life. They make you wiser. Don't let past negativity shape your future. Remember, the only person who never makes mistakes is the one who never tries anything. 9. Worrying about what others think of you. Don't take things too personally, even if they feel like a direct attack. Most of the time, people act based on their own issues, not because of you. You can't change how others behave, but you can change how you react and who you allow into your life. 10. Self-deception. You can only improve your life by making tough decisions. The first and hardest decision is to be honest with yourself. 11th. Living a life that feels wrong. Life is meant to be enjoyed, not endured. When you truly believe in what you're doing, it shows, and it's worth it. Genuine success often belongs to those who are deeply passionate about their work. If your current path feels like ill-fitting shoes, change course and follow your dreams. 12th. Other people's definitions of success and happiness. Don't base your ideas of success and happiness on the expectations or opinions of others, unless you want to live their lives instead of your own. 13. People who manipulate or use you. People treat you the way you allow them to. If you let them manipulate or use you, they'll keep doing it. 14. Trying to please everyone. One of life's most liberating truths is that you don't have to like everyone you meet, and they don't have to like you. That's okay. Live your life authentically and focus on not disappointing yourself. 15. Fears that hold you back. Fear is just a feeling, not reality. The best way to regain your confidence is to do the very thing you fear. Take the chance that will allow you to grow and become better. 16. Constant doubts and self-distrust. When filled with doubt, just take the next step, no matter how big or small. Even the smallest step in the right direction can be the best decision of your life. 17. People who mock your dreams. It's better to be alone than to let negative people derail you from your dreams. Don't let anyone trample on what's most sacred to you. Prove them wrong by achieving what they claim you can't. 18. Waiting for the perfect moment. Don't waste time waiting for the perfect moment to start something. You don't want to regret missed opportunities later in life. 19. Temporary fixes and avoidance. You can't change anything by refusing to face it. True peace comes not from avoiding problems, but from solving them. Address your issues before they steal your happiness. 20. Judgments based on stereotypes. Open your mind before you open your mouth. Don't reject what you don't understand. Your mind is like a parachute. It only works when open. 21. The mistakes and failures of others. Be patient with the mistakes and failures of those around you. Everyone makes poor decisions from time to time. It doesn't make them bad people. It just makes them human, like all of us. 22nd. Resentment and contempt. Resentment and contempt only block your path to happiness. Remember, forgiving someone doesn't make you weak. It shows that you're strong enough to recognize that people make mistakes. 23rd. Hateful thoughts. Treat everyone with kindness and respect, even those who are rude to you, not because they deserve it, but because you do. Let kindness become a daily ritual. It's what truly makes life fulfilling. 24. Regrets. Your life should not be defined by what you did or didn't do in the past. Don't let regrets dictate your actions. The past is unchangeable, so leave it where it belongs, behind you. 25. Any time other than now. Don't cry over the past, it's gone. Don't stress too much about the future, it hasn't arrived yet. Live in the present. Make it a time worth living. Chapter 10. A little about happiness. Philosophers, psychologists, and therapists all agree on one thing. Happiness is an internal state. It's the highest form of satisfaction with life. Its conditions, opportunities, and blessings, both spiritual and material. Happiness is harmony, both inner and outer, where any genuine expression of the soul finds its reflection in the material world. The ability to be happy is innate in people, yet we often bury it under the weight of unnecessary problems, pushing it to the depths of our souls. Using reason, a great tool gifted to humanity, it is entirely possible to make your life happy. Here are 12 practical rules to help you find harmony and fulfillment. 12 practical rules for a happy life. 1. Do only what brings benefit, not just to others, but primarily to yourself. The energy you spend should bring energy back in return. Taking on others' problems thoughtlessly and receiving no gratitude in return will only leave you drained, not inspired or fulfilled. 2. Love yourself. It's the foundation of loving others. Don't sacrifice yourself to fulfill someone else's whims. Learn self-respect and act wisely. 3. Learn to listen to your soul. It always speaks to you through intuition and reason. The subconscious works with images, so don't clutter it with things you don't want to manifest in your life. 4. Don't interfere in someone else's life uninvited. This isn't help. It's an attempt to control others' thoughts and behavior. It's foolish to expect gratitude for this. Everyone must learn from their own mistakes to gain valuable life experience. 5. Help only when asked and never impose yourself. Accept people for who they are. 6. Don't make empty promises. Doing so wastes your energy and leads to self-deception. Fulfilling your promises, on the other hand, boosts your self-esteem and self-respect. 7. Today's energy is for today's tasks. You can't change the past, and the future hasn't arrived yet. Everything you need will happen in due time. Just be patient. 8. Always set new goals. After achieving a goal, you might feel drained instead of joyful. The best approach is to set endless goals that keep you moving forward. 9. Energy is given for growth. Clinging to something halts your development and stops the flow of energy. Illness is often a signal that it's time to make changes in your life, correct mistakes, and keep moving forward. 10. See difficulties as opportunities for growth. View failures as just another attempt to reach your goals. This mindset helps you conserve energy for progress instead of wasting it on pointless worries. 11th. Never speak poorly of others. Negativity will only come back to you. Remember that your opinion may be wrong rather than reasonable. 12. Keep your plans and goals private. Criticism from others can clip your wings and drain your energy. When you share your plans, energy disperses instead of focusing where it's needed. Chapter 11. Attitude towards money. Think about the origins of your fundamental knowledge about money. Who taught you about it, and in what way? Reflect on the environment in which you grew up and the attitudes toward money of the people around you. All of this forms the foundation of your own relationship with money, which may align with reality or stray far from it. The more realistic your perspective on money is, the easier it will be for you to earn or receive it, and more importantly, the more stable your inner state will be, regardless of whether you have an abundance or shortage of money. Money, as a material value, impacts our immaterial essence, our spiritual self. This demonstrates the clear connection between the material and immaterial worlds. Conversely, internal changes within a person can significantly improve their material standing, again highlighting this interconnectedness. We must determine what matters most in life, ourselves or money. We need to define the role money will play in our lives. Will it be a tool for achieving our goals, or will it become the ultimate goal we strive toward all our lives? On a subconscious level, people associate money with the happiness and well-being they deeply desire and are driven to pursue by their instincts. Most people are not particularly concerned about the skills and qualities needed to earn money. Instead, they focus on the outcome, the money itself. While money is undeniably important, its role is objectively less significant than our own role in life. Understanding this truth gives you power. Those who fail to grasp it often become resources for others, bought and used in pursuit of someone else's interests. Today, this is the reality. Some people work for money, while others have money work for them. Healthy love for money. You can and should love money, not to serve it, but to respect and value it. This mindset is essential not for money itself, but for your own well-being. Money, devoid of mysticism or inherent power, is merely a tool we use. Adopting a healthy attitude toward money is crucial for maintaining a balanced psyche, which governs our behavior. It's important to approach money calmly, without unnecessary emotion, no matter your financial situation. Do not make money the sole meaning of your life, as this will rob you of that very life. A life consumed by the constant pursuit of money is no life at all. Your relationship with money. We often cannot determine whether our current financial situation is good or bad for us because each of our situations is unique. For example, feeling negative emotions about a lack of money might not accurately reflect whether this situation is truly harmful to us. Earning money is a process with significant psychological implications, shaping our attitude toward life as a whole. People with difficult jobs often believe that money is earned through hard labor, while those who come by money easily tend to have a very different perspective. The mindset of wealthy individuals often differs drastically from that of those less fortunate. Wealthy people generally possess a more adaptive worldview, aligning themselves with the immutable laws of nature to achieve their goals. The psychology of wealth. Wealth psychology is the mindset of winners and strong individuals. It's a unique state of being, characterized by the ability to think strategically, solve problems, and overcome challenges. Developing such a mindset allows one to navigate life's difficulties, find innovative solutions, and seize opportunities. Work and stability. Your job should be promising, not merely stable. Stability can lead to stagnation and, over time, degradation. To grow, you need controlled instability, situations you create and manage. If someone offers you stability, they may inadvertently hinder your development. The worst thing for a working individual is to become overly comfortable in their role. Even running a business in the same way for too long can be detrimental. Diversifying your income streams reduces dependence on any single source and enhances your resilience against unforeseen circumstances. The pursuit of money. If you're searching for a secret formula to attract wealth or control others with money, know that no such formula exists. Instead, the world offers countless opportunities to earn money. When you explore these possibilities, your current job will lose its hold over you. Dependency on money. Dependency on money is a harmful addiction, much like any other. It turns people into slaves of their desires. The irony is that while money is necessary for life, it should not dominate your thoughts. Instead, focus on yourself, your qualities and development. You are the generator of wealth, and your growth determines how much money you can earn. Wealth and happiness. Both those with little money and those with plenty often live in constant unease. The problems of the wealthy and the poor may differ, but they share a common reality. Life with problems is challenging, regardless of one's financial standing. If a person cannot find joy in life, no amount of money will make them truly happy. Just as poor health can overshadow wealth, money loses its value when it fails to improve the quality of life. In the end, money is a tool, a means to an end. Prioritize self-development, personal growth, and building a strong, independent mindset. When you do, you'll find that money will naturally follow. Chapter 12. Why important life lessons are learned during hard times. Do you believe that life needs to be difficult or that hard times are necessary to teach us valuable lessons? Consider your answer carefully, as it reflects whether your pain and struggles can become a doorway to self-discovery. We seldom find fulfillment within our comfort zones because our greatest achievements occur when we explore new horizons. Humans naturally crave comfort and will do almost anything to maintain balance in their lives because safety is essential to survival. Threats to our safety, stability, and well-being can trigger anxiety and stress, which is why people prefer to remain in their comfort zones. Who wants to experience negative emotions? However, some individuals intentionally place themselves in challenging situations to build resilience. Have you ever felt emotionally overwhelmed by even the smallest events? This happens because of overstimulation from external stressors. Everyone interprets stress differently, but when difficulties arise, they often feel like an avalanche bearing down on us. Still, life's most important lessons often emerge during these challenging moments because they reveal the depths of our inner strength. We can control how we respond to hard times. A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a person perfected without trials. Chinese proverb. Have you ever faced a tragedy such as losing a loved one? How did you cope? Many people try to escape the pain, but emotions have a way of resurfacing. Difficulties teach us to value what truly matters. regardless of why they occur. They help us realize the fragility of life and bring clarity to what is most important. Although we can't control what happens to us, we can choose how we respond to challenges. In the darkest times, it may feel like the waves of grief are too much to bear. The key is to take things one day at a time and trust that we can overcome the pain. Life is a dance of contrasts, happiness and sorrow, joy and struggle. In one moment, we may feel elated, and in the next, we might be overwhelmed by despair. Many people endure this emotional pendulum, and while it can be painful at first, they eventually discover a way to break free and move forward. Wisdom from the soul. The mind looks for excuses. The soul seeks opportunities. The mind chooses the lesser of two evils. The soul chooses only the best. The mind tries to solve problems. The soul discovers a new life where problems dissolve on their own. The mind says, "I can't achieve this because," and sets limits. The soul asks, "Do I truly desire this?" and frees itself. Instead of fighting for happiness, listen to yourself. Listen to your soul. Happiness is elusive when we chase it, only to lose it again. The key is not to embark on a long, arduous journey or overcome insurmountable obstacles, but to turn inward. Happiness is within us, not in other people, objects, or external events. The simplest yet most challenging task is to understand your soul and yourself. Do not run away from yourself. Move toward yourself. Spirituality and materiality are not separate. They are a harmonious whole, and any division between them causes harm. Transformation begins with self-compassion. What should we change within ourselves to transform our lives? First and foremost, we must stop treating ourselves without compassion. This lack of compassion manifests in how we demand perfection from ourselves, whether as a family member, employee, or consumer striving for material success. These goals are fine, but only if they align with the desires of our soul. Often, the soul craves freedom, creativity, and joy in the present moment. Ignoring the needs of our soul leads to an absence of happiness, even when surrounded by material wealth. It also contributes to deteriorating health, premature aging, and chronic fatigue. The body, unlike a machine, has a soul. When we treat it with care and kindness, it responds with healing and rejuvenation. Listening to the soul. Living from the soul means embracing happiness right now, in the present moment. When we tune into the soul, it fills us with a profound sense of joy, and life begins to transform in magical ways. Unlike the mind, the soul communicates softly, with a quiet voice. But those who hear it gain access to the world's abundance and blessings. Many struggle to reconnect with their soul, often feeling only pain and confusion. However, this pain comes not from the soul, but from the negative emotions accumulated over a lifetime. These emotions form a barrier, preventing us from feeling the soul's light. How to reconnect with your soul. Let go of the fear of inner pain. The soul itself does not cause suffering, negative experiences do. The soul is a source of light, love, and joy. Start small. Take time each day to sit quietly and listen. With patience, the layers of negativity will dissolve. Trust the process. You may not see immediate changes, but every moment spent nurturing your soul brings you closer to profound transformation. The power of being soulful. When you live from your soul, you no longer need external validation. You don't have to force yourself to achieve or prove anything. Just as a tree cannot grow faster by sheer will, we cannot rush our own growth. Instead, create the right conditions and allow life to unfold naturally. Hard times teach us resilience, humility, and self-awareness. They strip away illusions and bring us closer to our true selves. When we embrace these lessons, we become not only stronger but also more compassionate, grateful, and attuned to the beauty of life. Chapter 13. The Secrets of Well-Being. Well-being, as a quality of personality, is the ability to fulfill one's life purpose, live without anxiety, and achieve a peaceful, harmonious, and happy existence by understanding the true goals and meanings of life. A wealthy man once asked a wise sage to write something to help him achieve family well-being. The sage wrote, "The father dies, the son dies, the grandson dies." The man, outraged, exclaimed, "Are you mocking me?" The sage calmly explained, "If your son dies before you, it will devastate your family. If your grandson dies before you and your son, it will bring immense grief. Death is inevitable, but when life unfolds naturally, harmony remains. This is the secret to family well-being." Well-being beyond wealth. Reducing well-being to bank accounts and assets is shallow. One can own billions yet be a regular visitor to psychologists or therapists. Wealth often brings more worries, but true well-being implies inner peace and absence of anxiety. A calm person distinguishes truth from illusion and aligns with their true calling. Such individuals won't succumb to societal expectations or fleeting trends. They follow their hearts. Well-being is about discovering and aligning with one's life purpose. A well-balanced individual is self-sufficient and independent, effectively pursuing their destiny. As the esteemed psychotherapist S.V. Kovalev defines it, well-being is a combination of effectiveness and happiness. Signs of true well-being. Pursuing work that brings immense joy and fulfillment. Enjoying financial stability while following a passion. Feeling peaceful, harmonious, and confident. As Confucius said, "Find a job you love, and you will never work a day in your life." When you align with your purpose, you attract recognition, success, and financial prosperity. Everything done with love has value. Principles for achieving well-being. To attain well-being, adhere to 3 fundamental principles. 1. Identify your true goals. Determine where you want to go and what you wish to achieve in life. Without clarity, you risk wasting effort on superficial success that doesn't fulfill your deepest desires. Keep your life's ultimate dream in mind to consistently align your actions with your aspirations. 2. Master emotional control and cultivate empathy. Your emotions, shaped by thoughts and hormones, influence your life outcomes. Learn to manage emotions naturally without harming yourself. Unexpressed emotions can lead to psychosomatic issues. Empathy enhances your ability to understand and connect with others, fostering deeper relationships and overall harmony. 3. Help others only when needed. Avoid unsolicited advice or offering help when it's unnecessary. Supporting others should be meaningful, not intrusive. Conclusion. True well-being is a harmonious balance of purpose, emotional awareness, and meaningful action. By embracing these principles, you gain the tools to achieve a fulfilling and peaceful life. Chapter 14. Ways to manage reality. Often, repeatedly breaking a certain pattern of behavior can fundamentally change it. One of the simplest ways to disrupt a pattern is by erasing the emotions connected to our memories. The only reason for our distress lies in how we mentally interpret events. For example, if your boss yells at you and you spend the rest of the day replaying the event in your mind, visualizing how he yelled, your mood will worsen. Why let this event continue affecting you? Why not scratch this mental recording so it no longer triggers negative emotions? In fact, you might even laugh about it later. Key suggestions for reality management. 1. Let go of what prevents you from smiling and growing. Life should be enjoyed, not endured. Walk the path that keeps you moving forward and always find reasons to smile. 2. Release unused knowledge. As we grow older and wiser, we learn to leave behind what no longer serves us. Sometimes, letting go is a step forward. 3. Let go of emotions that hinder your progress. No matter how many mistakes you make or how slow your progress is, you're still ahead of those who aren't trying. 4th, stop fearing loss. It's better to live a life full of experiences than to spend your days wondering, what if? 5. Stop worrying about others' opinions. You are the author of your life story. Don't let someone else hold the pen. 6. Stop avoiding problems. You can't change what you refuse to confront. 7. Stop complaining. If you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude towards it. 8. Eliminate excuses. If you truly want something, you'll find a way. If you don't, you'll find an excuse. 9. Overcome laziness and routine. You won't achieve success without effort. Work diligently and focus on your goals. 10. Stop repeating the same mistakes. If you make a mistake twice, it's no longer a mistake. It's a choice. 11th. Let go of the pursuit of perfection. Replace perfectionism with the joy of endless discovery and exploration. 12th. Stop believing the best is behind you. Your life isn't in the past. It's happening right here and now. 13th. Let go of the belief that you should always get what you want. Sometimes, unexpected outcomes turn out to be blessings in disguise. 14th. Stop expecting life to be fair. Life isn't always fair, and expecting otherwise only leads to disappointment. 15th. Stop comparing yourself to others. Everyone faces challenges. If you knew their struggles, you'd likely be grateful for your own situation. 16th. Release limiting expectations. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you respond to it. 17th. Stop waiting for the right time. It may never come. Start today because life is too short to dwell on what might have been. 18. Embrace discomfort. Growth begins outside your comfort zone. 19th. Stop thinking you need to know everything from the start. Progress comes from doing your best and learning along the way. 20. Avoid an all-or-nothing view of success. Success exists between extremes. Value the journey and the experiences along the way. 21st. Let go of your mistakes. Use them as stepping stones to success rather than burdens to carry. 22nd. Don't let daily challenges defeat you. Tough beginnings often lead to greatness. 23rd. Release excessive worries. Worry won't solve tomorrow's problems, but will steal today's peace. 24. Stop desiring things you don't need. True wealth is found in needing less, not wanting more. 25. Eliminate ungrateful thoughts. Happiness comes to those who appreciate what they have. 26. Forget reasons to be unhappy. Focus on the good in your life and find reasons to smile. 27. Avoid hypocrisy. Don't pray for rain if you don't pray when the sun shines. 28. Stop assuming others are more normal than you. Everyone is unique. The only normal people you know are the ones you barely know. 29th. Take control of your emotions. Even when life seems chaotic, strength lies in mastering your emotional responses. 30. Avoid impulsive outbursts. Don't let temporary emotions cause permanent mistakes. 31st. Eliminate hurtful language. Insulting others doesn't improve your own character. 32nd. Stop judging others superficially. Every person has a story and something remarkable to offer if you give them a chance. 33rd. Stop trying to change others. People only change when they choose to. Accept them or move on. 34. Don't think you're too strong to be kind. Kindness requires true strength. 35. Don't be too busy to show love. Tell your loved ones you care every day and prove it through actions. 36. Cut off one-sided relationships. 37th. Let go of those who never supported you in tough times. 38th. Eliminate negative influences. Surround yourself with people who bring out your best. 39th. Love and forgive yourself. Self-love is essential to growth and happiness. 40th. Stop trying to be someone else. No one can be you, and that's your greatest strength. 41. Don't dwell on others' opinions of you. What they think reflects them, not you. 42nd. Forget petty conflicts. Focus on how you respond instead of trying to change others. 43rd. Stop expecting everyone to think like you. 44. Avoid changing yourself to impress others. 45. Don't let trivial matters ruin your happiness. True wealth lies in appreciating life's moments. 46. Release yesterday. Don't let past mistakes steal today's opportunities. 47. Don't see rejection as failure. 48. Stop believing it's too late to start over. It's better to be at the bottom of the right ladder than at the top of the wrong one. Chapter 15. Toxic People. 1. Those who drain your time like a sponge. These can be family members or friends who rob your time like bank robbers. They repeat the same patterns and only take without giving back. Friendship requires mutual effort. If they cannot or do not want to reciprocate support, it might be time to minimize contact or end the relationship entirely. For family members, you can set boundaries, such as turning off your phone at specific times or asking them to contact you only when necessary. Everyone needs alone time. 2. Those who criticize too often. Honest and constructive feedback is fine, but when someone constantly criticizes you without being helpful, it's time to take action. If their criticism isn't constructive, let them know it bothers you, or even consider ending the friendship if they don't stop. 3. Those who always play the victim. These are masters of blame who refuse to take responsibility for their actions or shortcomings. They blame colleagues, upbringing, or circumstances. Avoid them to prevent being dragged into their blame game. 4. Those with a negative mindset. These individuals spread negativity like a contagious disease. They are often anxious, pessimistic, and complain incessantly. Avoid them at all costs, as they may drag you into their downward spiral. 5. Those who lose their temper and drain your energy. Hot-tempered people can be exhausting. While everyone has bad days, it's not fair for you to endure their outbursts. Such people often lack emotional intelligence, and their behavior can weigh you down. 6. Those who lack empathy and compassion. These individuals cannot understand or care for others when it matters most. They may display narcissistic tendencies and struggle to connect emotionally. Social interactions with them are unhealthy, so it's best to avoid them. 7. Those who are dishonest or lie to you. Trust is a cornerstone of any relationship. If someone shares your secrets, lies about their intentions, or hides their true feelings, it's time to reconsider your connection with them. 8. Those who manipulate and use you. Manipulators build relationships solely for personal gain, using gossip and deceit to achieve their goals. They exploit your weaknesses and generosity without offering anything in return. Avoid such people, as they will only take advantage of you. 9. Those who intentionally hurt you. Whether through hurtful remarks or deliberate actions, these individuals undermine your confidence and well-being. You don't need people in your life who use emotional tactics to make you feel inferior. 10. Those who are constantly stressed. While stress is a universal challenge, overly stressed individuals can affect your mental health and productivity. Limit your exposure to such people and prioritize your well-being. By identifying and distancing yourself from toxic people, you create space for healthier relationships and a more positive, supportive environment. Chapter 16. 3 Important Decisions. Your destiny is shaped by 3 key decisions that you make in every moment of your life. These decisions determine what you notice, how you feel, what actions you take, the contribution you make, and ultimately who you become. If you don't control these 3 decisions, you're not in control of your life. But if you do, you accumulate valuable experience. Here are the 3 decisions. 1. Your decisions about what to focus on. 2. Your decisions about the meaning you assign to events or things. 3. Your decisions about what actions to take to achieve the desired outcomes. It's not about what is happening to you now or what has happened in the past. It's your choices about what to focus on, what things mean to you, and what you plan to do about them that shape your destiny. If someone is enjoying greater success than you in any area of life, it means they are making these 3 decisions differently from you in the context of the situation. Overcoming fear of wrong decisions. One of the biggest obstacles to effectively using the power of decision-making is the fear of making the wrong decision. It's inevitable that you will make many wrong choices in life. You need to embrace the process. Personally, I've made countless wrong decisions, and I didn't expect otherwise. What matters is that I remain flexible, learn from the consequences, and use those lessons to make better decisions in the future. Remember, true success comes from good judgment. Good judgment is the result of experience, and experience often comes from bad judgment. When people succeed, they tend to become complacent. When they fail, they begin to reflect and find new opportunities to elevate their lives. The key is to learn from mistakes rather than dwelling on self-criticism. Otherwise, you risk repeating the same errors. The value of experience. There may be times in life when you feel isolated on the river of life, forced to make critical decisions alone. If you choose to learn from your experiences, even challenging moments can become invaluable, providing you with the insight to make better decisions in the future. Every highly successful person will tell you that their success lies in making better decisions over time. Often, people ask, how long does it take to truly master a new skill? A logical answer is, how much effort are you willing to put in? If you take action 10 times a day while others practice once a month, you'll gain 10 months of experience in a single day. Before long, you'll be considered talented and lucky. Thoughts become reality. We either find a way or create one. Everything that enters your life is drawn to you by your thoughts. No matter who or where you are, the universal law of attraction shapes your experiences through your thoughts. You are the most powerful magnet in the universe. If you can imagine it, you can hold it in your hands. Thoughts become things. The law of attraction always works, whether or not you believe in or understand it. The law of attraction states, like attracts like. Your thoughts shape your reality. The life you experience is a direct reflection of what you think. The present moment. One of the most important decisions you can make for lasting happiness is to embrace everything life offers you right now. The power lies not in waiting for ideal circumstances, but in using what you have in this moment to grow, adapt, and thrive. Chapter 17. What unhappy people refuse to admit. We all experience moments of unhappiness, but there's a big difference between feeling temporarily low and living a life of chronic unhappiness. For chronically unhappy people, much of their unhappiness stems from their beliefs and behaviors. Even if you're generally a happy person, take a look at this list. Many unhappy individuals initially refuse to admit they hold these beliefs or act in certain ways, even when the evidence is undeniable. Check to see if any of these points are holding you back from experiencing greater joy in your life. 1. They struggle with self-worth. Decide right now to stop seeking love, respect, and validation from others. Show it to yourself instead. Be your own best friend. Trust your inner spirit. Accept yourself entirely, both the good and the bad, and make changes in your life because you feel they are right for you, not because you think someone else expects it. Be a whole person, and you will live a happy life. Don't depend on someone else to define your worth. Remember, your first and last love must always be for yourself. If you can't love and respect yourself, no one else will be able to either. 2. They constantly worry about what others think. The moment you stop worrying about what others think and start doing what feels right in your heart is the moment you'll find peace and freedom. Many of life's troubles can be avoided if you no longer let others dictate what you should want or who you should be. Take charge of your life. Others may contribute to your happiness temporarily, but only you can make it lasting. 3. They hold on to grudges. You'll never find peace until you let go of hatred and resentment. Life is too short to spend in bitterness. Grudges are for those who believe the world owes them something, while forgiveness is for those confident enough to move forward. To move forward, understand why you feel the way you do. Accept the past, let it rest, and carry only productive, positive thoughts into the future. Forgiveness and love allow you to grow and improve. 4. Their lifestyle robs them of freedom. The path you've always followed isn't the only one. At 70 years old, you won't regret not going to more nightclubs or buying another pair of shoes. You'll regret the opportunities you didn't seize. Opportunities are always present around the corner or down the road. You simply need to recognize them and have the courage to embrace them. 5. They try to control things beyond their reach. Life is unpredictable. Some of the greatest moments in your life will happen unexpectedly. That doesn't mean you shouldn't act. You must. But remember that the universe has its own plan, constantly unfolding. Learn to let go of the need to control everything and trust that life has a way of balancing itself out. 6. They let fear numb them to the good. Numbing is anything you do to reduce your feelings to the point that you no longer feel vulnerable or hurt. But by numbing vulnerability, you also block love, connection, creativity, and joy. Every worthwhile experience, love, friendship, a new venture, comes with fear. These things require courage and risk. They are not for the faint-hearted. 7. They avoid themselves in the present moment. One of life's hardest tasks is living in your own skin, being present, right here and now. Too often, people distract themselves with food, drink, shopping, TV, social media, or gadgets to avoid confronting their true emotions. Being alone with yourself means facing your deepest feelings: fear, joy, anxiety, disappointment, excitement, and more. Many people are used to avoiding themselves. Recognizing this tendency is the first step toward healing. Today, try to notice how you avoid being fully present in the moment and your own life. 8. They think the grass is greener elsewhere. If you feel like you're missing out on something better somewhere else, you're not alone. Many people believe that happiness lies somewhere else, somewhere greener and better. But let me assure you, no matter how far you run, you'll never experience everything at once. You'll always feel like you're missing something. Instead of chasing an illusion, recognize what you have right now. A few thoughts on happiness. No one is happy all the time. It's normal for happiness levels to fluctuate day to day, month to month, and even year to year. Research shows that happiness dips from adolescence to your 40s, then rises again until your 70s. Your happiest days may still be ahead of you. You might find joy in small, fleeting moments, like buying a jacket for autumn, or stumble into unhappiness despite achieving a significant milestone, like buying a luxury car. The key is to embrace today for what it is and find gratitude in your current journey. It's these moments, small or big, that will make you smile when you look back later. Chapter 18. What is acceptance? Most people seem to have grown tired of the constant reminders that the quality of their lives depends on their own choices and actions. But what about the injustices happening in the world? How do we deal with people who commit crimes and show no remorse for their victims? How do we process the information about catastrophes, plane crashes, terrorism, and other tragedies? Can betrayal, lies, and fraud ever be forgiven? What is acceptance? Acceptance is a higher level of human thinking. It's the realization that everything happening to you has a purpose. It's the understanding that problems always originate within you and manifest as external circumstances. You receive what you project into the world. External events act as signals, prompting you to look inward and reflect. To accept means acknowledging that an event has already occurred and choosing to live with this fact. Understanding that while you cannot change the past, you can change how you interpret it and your attitude toward it. Identifying the internal cause of why a situation occurred and learning how to prevent similar experiences in the future. What should we learn to accept? 1. Accepting yourself. It's difficult to accept yourself when you are dissatisfied with who you are. Acceptance means agreeing with both your strengths and weaknesses. Recognize that humans are inherently imperfect, and that's okay. Acceptance is allowing yourself to make mistakes and not feeling the need to live up to others' expectations. You don't need to be perfect or always seek approval. 2. Accepting others. Accepting others can be challenging, especially when you feel they've hurt you. However, such people are often not the true source of your pain. Instead, they act as mirrors, reflecting aspects of yourself that need attention. If you don't resolve a conflict with one person, similar situations will arise with others until you address the underlying issue within yourself. Acceptance means recognizing that people won't always meet your expectations, understanding that others can only change when they truly want to. 3. Accepting situations. Acceptance involves acknowledging that there are circumstances in life that don't align with your vision or expectations. Everything in the universe has a purpose, both what you perceive as positive and negative. Concepts like good, bad, positive, and negative are subjective. For example, the weather. A rainy day might upset you but bring joy to someone else. Why is acceptance important? When you resist acceptance, you waste energy and time on emotional battles over events that have already occurred. Dwelling on the past can lead to mental and physical harm. Learning acceptance helps you perceive reality objectively and act without self-destruction. It's a form of self-care, promoting harmony, inner strength, balance, and freedom from the opinions of others. How to practice acceptance. Step 1. Acknowledge. Yes, it happened. This step is not about submission. Submission implies resigning to hardships for the rest of your life. Acceptance, however, means recognizing that something has occurred, but also believing that solutions exist. Step 2. Find the reason. Why did this happen? Every situation contains a lesson, a pearl of wisdom. Reflect on why this event occurred and what it teaches you. Thank those involved and yourself for gaining new insights. Step 3. Move forward without looking back. Take the lessons learned and prevent similar situations from occurring in the future. For instance, if you step out and realize it's raining, you won't blame the rain. You'll simply remember to bring an umbrella next time. Acceptance is not about giving up. It's about acknowledging reality, learning from it, and growing stronger. Thank you for listening to the audiobook Life as Wealth by Anton Alekseevich Savin. We hope the ideas and lessons from this book have inspired you to make positive changes in your life. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel to stay updated on new audiobooks and valuable content. We wish you prosperity and inner harmony. See you again soon.